United States English. On that rainy night, city lights shimmered on the wet asphalt. She clutched a file envelope to her chest, running down the sidewalk. No umbrella, as if she was trying to outrun her own misfortune. Then suddenly, a car skidded toward her. In that instant, someone pulled her back. A warm hand in the cold rain. She gasped and looked up. There stood a man in a soaked suit, bathed in a single beam of light. He spoke softly. "Are you okay? Did you get hurt?" She couldn't answer. Their eyes met, and time stopped. Even under the rain, his gaze was clear. His voice was low and steady, and her heart began to race uncontrollably. Cloud with rain, a fateful rescue, the first meeting with the CEO. The next day, news spread that a new CEO was taking office. Everyone in the company was tense, and she tried to forget last night. But when the conference room door opened, he walked in, the man from the rain. His name was Luo Jing, the young CEO known for his cold precision. She froze. His eyes slowly met hers. After a brief silence, he said, "We've met before, haven't we?" The room turned silent. She nodded without a word. He smiled faintly and placed his file on the desk. "Good. From now on, you'll be my assistant." Heart with arrow, the first stir of emotion. From that day, her life completely changed. His meetings, emails, schedules, even his meals, were now her duty. Yet even by his side, she couldn't find peace. He was perfect, calm, always composed. But sometimes, when he gazed out the window, there was a loneliness she couldn't explain. Whenever it rained, her mind returned to that night. His touch, his eyes, that trembling heartbeat. Was it coincidence? Or destiny? She asked herself quietly. Why does it hurt to think of him? United States English version. 1. Beginning of the contract. It had been 2 weeks since she started working as CEO Luo Jing's personal assistant. Her daily life had completely changed. Starting work at 6 a.m., leaving at midnight. His schedule controlled her entire day. And every word he spoke shook her emotions. "Is the meeting ready?" "Black coffee. No sugar." He was always cold and calm. But one day, when his fingertips brushed against the back of her hand, she froze. And in that brief instant, he also looked away as if startled. 2. The distance called contract. She told herself, "This is work. Feelings are forbidden." But that night, Luo Jing called her name. "Yunha." His voice was low and sincere. "Will you stay with me until this project ends?" She nodded, but uneasiness bloomed inside her. Why did that one sentence shake her so much? 3. Cracks of emotion. A few days later, they left on an overseas business trip. On the plane, he looked at her sleeping face and felt the boundary between work and emotion begin to blur. Why does she smile so softly? He looked away, but it was already too late. After the hotel meeting, he told her, "You always work with sincerity. I like that." She smiled, but her heart pounded. That night, rain began to fall. Sitting by the window, she saw her reflection and realized, "I like him." 4. A cold wall. But the next morning, everything changed. She saw him with another female employee. She said nothing. His gaze remained calm. And he didn't look at her at all. This is a contract, she told herself. Not love. But that night, he emailed her. "I'm sorry about today. Please let me explain." She didn't reply. She quietly closed her laptop. Rain fell outside, and then she heard, "Yunha. Please, trust me." She turned her head, tears already falling. 5. Contract of destiny. Days later, the company was preparing for a major contract. She worked all night on the final presentation. But on the day of the meeting, Luo Jing stepped forward. "This contract exists because of her," Without her, neither this company nor I could stand. Everyone looked at her. She stared at him, stunned. He smiled softly and added, "This isn't work. To me, this is destiny." Her heart stopped. A bond born from a contract was slowly turning into love. Epilogue. The rainy night. The beginning of a contract. And a quiet promise in their hearts. She asked herself again, is it finally okay to love him? United States English Clapperboard Love at First Sight, Episode 3, The Distance of One's Secret. The day after the rain stopped, the office was filled with rare sunlight. But her heart was still clouded, and Luo Zheng's words lingered in her ears. This isn't work. For me, it's destiny. She couldn't tell if he meant it, or if it was just a momentary emotion. But one thing was clear. His gaze no longer stayed within the boundary of CEO and employee. Cloud with rain 1. An awkward distance, a changed attitude. The next morning, when she entered the meeting room, Luo Zheng was already there. His expression was no longer cold as before. Instead, there was a slight hesitation. And a cautious smile. Yesterday was too sudden, wasn't it? At his words, she avoided his eyes. No. It was a work-related announcement. She tried her best to sound composed. But Luo Zheng shook his head. It wasn't just work. For a moment, the air between them stopped. She couldn't hide her racing heart. His words, his eyes. Everything about him was shaking her. Briefcase 2. The hidden file. That afternoon, while organizing documents for a new project, she found a file labeled Confidential, YH. YH, her own initials. Hesitating, she opened it. And she gasped. Inside were records of the tasks she handled in recent weeks. The problems she solved. Her responses in meetings. And even photos of her on days she looked exhausted. In the photo, she was resting her eyes for a moment on a chair in the meeting room. Below it was a short note. Overworked. But stronger than anyone. Her fingers trembled as she closed the laptop. Why would he gather something like this? Only then did she realize that his feelings were not mere kindness. Heart with Arrow 3. The truth at the hotel. A few days later, the two went on another business trip. On the plane, Luo Zheng kept trying to say something, but closed his mouth again and again. That night at the hotel, she happened to see Luo Zheng talking with a woman in the lobby. The woman said calmly, "You're still worried about her?" Luo Zheng didn't answer. She held her breath. Her? Does she mean me? A moment later, Luo Zheng spoke. This time, I don't want to lose her. Her heart trembled deeply. But at the same time, a quiet fear rose. Lose? Did he lose someone before? She couldn't listen further. She quietly pressed the elevator button and went up. Broken Heart 4. A closed door, a heart that won't close. That night, someone knocked on her door. When she opened it, Luo Zheng stood there. Yunhe, what you saw in the lobby. It worried you, right? She nodded silently. Taking a breath, he said. That woman is my former secretary. She knows my past better than anyone. Carefully, she asked. Your past? Do you mean you lost someone? His eyes shook slightly. Then he spoke in a low voice. 3 years ago, my fiancé died in an accident. She caught her breath. His cold attitude, his habit of hiding emotions. Everything finally made sense. So I swore I'd never give my heart to anyone again. But then he looked at her and confessed. But you crossed that wall. Her chest felt warm. And painfully tight. Because he was still living inside his past. Sparkles 5. Time to choose fate. The next day, after the project presentation, Luo Jing quietly approached her. Yunhe, I want to walk with you. Not as a contract, not as work, but as love. Trying to hide her trembling heart, she answered. I like you too. But I'm not ready. Not until you fully overcome your past. With an expression mixed with sadness and understanding. He nodded. I'll wait. As long as it takes. His voice was warm, yet tinged with longing. That night, she sat by the hotel window and whispered. If we're truly meant to be, we'll meet again, one step at a time. Outside, rain began to fall once more, as if signaling a new beginning. For the two of them. Crescent Moon Episode 4. The Shadow of His Last Secret. The day after returning from their business trip, the office looked as busy as usual. But Yunhe's heart felt strangely still. Luo Jing's confession, his pain, and the way he looked at her. All of it still echoed softly in her mind. But that morning, she overheard a conversation that made her heart sink instantly. CEO seems exhausted lately. Probably because of that incident. You mean the accident from 3 years ago? His fiancée. The actress? The conversation ended there. Yet Yunhe stood frozen. His fiancée was a celebrity? She had been accepting his pain without knowing the full truth. Movie Camera 1. A Love Lost Under the Spotlight. During lunch, Yunhe quietly searched the internet. And the article she found made her breath stop. Top actress Zhang Ryawan dies in car accident. CEO Luo Jing goes into months of seclusion afterward. The woman in the photo was breathtakingly beautiful. Smiling brightly on a red carpet. With a Luo Jing beside her who looked nothing like the man of today. Yunhe exhaled slowly. He lost someone he loved deeply. And now she had walked into that scarred heart. It felt less like joy, and more like a quiet weight sinking into her chest. Broken heart too. A shadow that won't fade. That afternoon in the meeting room, Luo Jing was expressionless, unlike the night before. Yunhe, are you all right? Yes. I'm fine. But his eyes had already sensed it. Her heart was wavering. A moment later, he asked softly. Did you see it online? Yes. He inhaled deeply, then showed a face that he had never shown to anyone. She was a woman loved by the world. But I couldn't protect her. His voice was low, trembling. Yunhe's eyes fell to his hand. A faint scar between his fingers. In that moment she realized. The accident didn't only take the actress. It shattered him too. Cloud with Rain 3. The weight of the word love. That night after work, Yunhe stayed alone in the office. Rain tapped quietly against the window. As she tried to organize her thoughts. Can I really handle this? His past, his pain. And his love? She asked herself endlessly. Then the door opened. Luo Jing stepped in, breath slightly unsteady. Yunhe. He stopped in front of her. I'm terrified. That you'll step away because of my past. She slowly looked up. His eyes were dark, deep, hurting. Yet steady, full of fear of losing her. With a trembling voice, she said. I'm scared too. That my feelings for you might fade under the shadow of your past. Luo Jing stepped closer. And gently held her hand. Yunhe. The woman I loved. Lives only in my memories. But the person standing before me. That's you. Sparkles 4. When time begins to move again. Outside, the rain had almost stopped. She looked at his hand. Cold yet firm, afraid yet honest. And for the first time, she imagined a place for herself in his future. I won't run away. Her voice was quiet. Luo Jing's eyes trembled. Then slowly softened into a relieved smile. Thank you. Really, thank you. At that moment, the time that had been frozen within him began to move again, and her heart filled with a silent certainty. Crescent Moon, final line of episode 4. The past was their shadow, but the moment they faced each other, the future no longer felt frightening. Sunrise, episode 5. The reason he came closer, the reason she decided to stay. After Luo Jing and Yunhe acknowledged each other's feelings, the atmosphere in the company slowly began to change. Life went on as usual, yet the warmth between them could no longer be hidden. But the real trial was just beginning. Cloud with Rain 1. A malicious article, and the past reopens. One morning, the entire company buzzed with agitation. The same link spread through every chat window. New truth about top actress Zhang Ryawan's accident? The man with her that night. Current L Group CEO Luo Jing. Rumors. Photos. Speculations. All presented as if they were facts. Yunhe felt a cold wind pass through her chest the moment she saw the article. They're even saying it's your fault. Her voice trembled. Luo Jing looked at her with steady, deep eyes. Yunhe. I'm sorry. My past, it's hurting you again. He looked like a man condemned. But Yunhe slowly shook her head. No. What you wanted to hide wasn't your past. It was your desire to protect me. His eyes wavered. Her words felt like the first warm light entering his long-frozen memory. Briefcase 2. The person he wants to protect. But the situation only worsened. Reporters camped outside the company. Partner companies sent warnings. Due to the CEO's personal scandal, we cannot proceed with the project. That night, Luo Jing called her in quietly. Yunhe. You can step away from me now. The words stabbed her. What do you mean? I can't let my past destroy your future. You are being blamed because of me, and placed in danger. I cannot allow you to endure that. Yunhe didn't speak for a while. She simply looked at him. Then she slowly reached out her hand. So? That's your reason for letting me go? Yunhe. Are you someone who's meant to suffer alone? To endure alone? To carry all the pain alone? Her voice trembled, but her eyes were firm. We're two people now. Heart with Arrow 3. Standing together for the first time. The next day, Luo Jing held a press conference. He refused to hide any longer. Not from the world, nor from himself. Facing countless flashing cameras, he spoke. 3 years ago, the accident was the greatest wound of my life. But there was no cover-up or hidden truth. And his gaze shifted toward Yunhe standing in the back. I am now in love with someone new. The room erupted in whispers, but his eyes did not waver. She has nothing to do with my past. Do not blame her. If you need someone to hold accountable, that person is me. At that moment, Yunhe realized. His confession was not just love. It was responsibility, courage, and a choice. Crescent Moon 4. The secrets end, and love begins. After the conference, public sentiment calmed. People respected the fact that he did not hide. That he faced the truth head-on. That evening, they stood on the quiet rooftop. The city was enclosed in soft twilight. Yunhe. Yes. He carefully took her hand. I don't want to stay chained to the past anymore. Thanks to you, I can live again. Warmth filled her chest. I feel the same. Before I met you, I didn't know my heart could reach someone like this. He smiled gently. Then, shall we walk together now?